In this presentation, I will briefly review step number 3 in your curriculum development project, which is identifying essential policies and resources. And in this step, you should create a list of issues that have some sort of impact on your program. And these are issues that have both a positive and negative effect on your overall program. So begin to ask yourself about policies and procedures that will have some type of impact on your overall program. Think about the limitations that there are for your program if you don't have what you need. What benefits and additional support can those policies and resources offer to your program? And I continue to use this term program, so let me clarify by stating that this is referring to your actual PE program that you are developing a curriculum for. So I just wanted to clarify that. Every program is supported or limited in some way by policies and resources. For example, a high school track program is either supported or limited by equipment and facilities. If hurdles are damaged, if the hurdles are broken and there are no funds to purchase new hurdles, then the hurdlers cannot compete and you won't have a hurdling program. If a school does not have a long jump pit, coaches and athletes will have a difficult time practicing and ultimately competing in the long jump. So this definitely has an impact on the track and field program. Funding, for example, is always an issue. Many programs utilize outdated or broken equipment, and the lack of monetary resources to improve those will definitely impact the program. For most school PE programs, scheduling or instructional time is an issue as well. Things like picture days, earthquake or fire drills, assemblies, all these things usually take place during PE time. And it's interesting to note that although PE is the only subject with mandated instructional time, it's easily overlooked when teachers are not utilizing that time for instruction. It also doesn't make sense how physical education is typically the first subject on the chopping block when cuts are mandated. So things as instructional time, student IEPs or mainstreaming, pull-out programs, grading, discipline policies, medical excuses or waivers for participation, funding, equipment, all these different things are policies and resources that, if you think about it, will have a direct impact on your program, positive or negative. And if you notice there, I just gave you a list of things that you should include in your step 3. So as you can see, there are a variety of these things that will affect your program one way or another. Check with your administrator, your school, your district to see if there are any other additional policies that are currently in place that could impact your program as well. Now, when you're completing this section, this is the way it should be written. First, identify the policy, and this should be used as a heading for the paragraph to follow. And in the paragraph, provide a clear, complete, and comprehensive description or explanation of the policy itself or the resource and how it specifically impacts your program. For example, if you're listing financial funding as a resource, don't simply state that you need money to purchase things. Identify how the funds can and will be used, what types of things will be purchased, and how the purchased items will be used as well. Justify the need for funding and explain how you are unable to effectively do your job without the necessary funding as well. How will your students and the overall program be hurt if you don't have the funding to purchase what you need? And make sure that this is a clear need. You're not developing a wish list, but a list of things that impact your program. Approach it from both points of view. What can you do with the financial resources and what will suffer without the financial resources? Each section should be fully developed and explained in your curriculum. The text does a nice job explaining this process as well, so be sure you read completely before you begin developing this section in your curriculum development project, and don't simply cite what the text indicates. It only provides a few suggestions. Determine the policies and procedures for your own program. And that should do it for this section. Remember, if you run into a problem or have any questions, feel free to contact me.